Today, I'm going to take you through an absolute top tier push day workout that mainly focuses on building your chest. I'll share with you some of the techniques and tips to look out for when performing these exercises. I'll also coach you like I would with any of my own private coaching clients. You can literally take this entire workout and everything that I'm about to teach to you and use it in your own training. I guarantee that whether you're just starting out in the gym or an advanced lifter like myself, you are going to be learning a thing or two. So let's dive right into this chest focused push day workout. In the future, I plan on taking you with me inside of the gym and doing a full mic'd up coaching guide, from the warm up to the cool down and everything in between. As for now though, I'll only walk you through the main exercises to save you some time and get right into the good stuff. The first exercise of the workout is the Smith Machine 45-degree incline chest press. The 45-degree, by the way, refers to the angle of the bench. I always keep the bench between 30 and 45 degrees. Nothing more, nothing less. Keep in mind that the higher you go, the less you're going to feel the exercise on your chest and the more you'll feel it in your shoulders. Let's talk about how to set up for this exercise. Before lifting any weight, make sure you set up the bench in the center of the Smith and do a couple test reps to make sure that when the bar hits your chest, it's in line with the middle of your sternum. Now, follow these exact steps. First, tuck yourself into the groove of the bench. Then, make sure your back is completely flat and your feet are also firmly placed on the floor. This is where you can drive your scapula into the bench and have a slight bend in your lower back. Basically, I sit down into the groove of the bench, drive my hands forward until I get my back how I want it, then simply dig my scapula back into the bench like this until I feel completely stable. From here, with the markings on the Smith machine, I use my thumbs to grip the bar with an equal distance. I then rotate my hands down since I have to lock the bar forward when I first start the set. And one more tip to set up perfectly is to tuck your elbows in slightly. Avoid flaring them out at any point during the exercise. Just quickly so you can visually see what I'm talking about. Find the markings, make your palms equal, rotate hands in the opposite direction you're going to unlock the bar from. So in my case, that's down and elbows in. Once you lift off, everything else is pretty straightforward if you did in fact put the time in to set up correctly. Drive the weight up explosively without locking your elbows out at the top and immediately control the bar down for at least 3 seconds. Maintain this technique and form throughout the entire exercise. I completed 1 warm-up set and 3 heavy working sets. The tempo on the way down was nice and controlled, with the occasional pause. The rep range of my working sets were 8 to 15, however, in my final set, I also added in a drop set from 110 kilos down to 60 kilos. The next exercise of the workout was a Smith Machine overhead shoulder press. Easily the best overhead pressing exercise in my books. This exercise is guaranteed to make your shoulders work overtime. Using the Smith version as well makes this an absolute 10 out of 10. If you set up like I'm about to demonstrate, there's no doubt in my mind that your shoulders will be absolutely thrashed by the end of this. Let's talk about how to set up for this exercise. Before lifting any weight, again, set up the bench in the center of the Smith. Place the safety hooks just below your chest because this is going to make sure you consistently hit the full range of motion without accidentally going too low. Luckily for you, the same back and foot setup from the Smith Machine incline chest press applies here as well. Sit into the groove, drive your hands forward so you can get your back nice and flat on the bench and place your feet firmly flat on the floor. The position of your hands also remains the same. Let's walk through it one more time. Use your thumbs to grip the bar with an equal distance. Rotate your hands in the opposite direction that the bar unlocks from. Again, it's down for me, tucking your elbows in. This time though, more than the incline bench. Once you lift off, there's a few things you should and shouldn't do. 1. Drive the weight up explosively, making sure not to lock out your elbows at the top of the movement. And 2. Maintain full stability of the bar, making sure you're in control and the smith isn't in control of you. Also, keep your neck facing forward and neutral. Do not under any circumstance move it in any other direction, especially mid-set. Squeeze your core too and maintain this technique and form that I just taught you throughout the entire exercise. I performed 1 warm-up set and 3 heavy working sets. The tempo was explosive on the way up before controlling the weight back down. The rep ranges were between 8 and 15. However, in my final set I also added in a drop set from 90 kilos down to 60 kilos. Next up, we have another compound exercise for chest. Literally anyone at all fitness levels wanting to build double D pecs can add this one into their training routine. And that's the machine flat chest flies. This one has honestly found its way into my training routine since the very beginning of my fitness journey over 9 years ago. I always feel an incredible stretch and pump in my chest no matter the weight I'm lifting. How do we set up for this exercise though? Pretty straightforward actually. Round your upper back forward to get your back nice and flat on the bench, before digging your scapula back to completely open up your chest. Now, bring your glutes very slightly forward and place your feet firmly flat on the floor. Hopefully that made sense to you, but you can see this in action on screen now. From here, bring your elbows downward, wrapping all the way until your palms meet at the center. You want to do this without flaring your elbows or bringing your torso off of the bench at any point during the set. The aim of this exercise is to basically flex and extend the gap between your chest and your shoulders. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm referring to the angle that's over here, your chest, your shoulder. One final tip here is to imagine you're slicing inwards with your palms as you're wrapping towards the middle. This engages your chest more and therefore increases the muscular contraction you're going to feel throughout this exercise. That's pretty much it. Squeezing your core will also help to maintain the correct form and technique. In total, I completed 3 heavy working sets. The tempo was nice, slow and controlled from start to finish, and the reps ranged between 8 to 12. To wrap up this incredibly juicy workout, I threw in one of my favorite tricep exercises of all time. Guaranteed to turn your arms into jelly. It's none other than the EZ Bar triceps cable pushdown. To set up, start with the cable all the way at the top of the cable machine and place your hands in the cutout of the bar. Next, bring the bar to your torso, tucking your elbows to the side of your body while taking 2 to 3 steps away from the cable machine. Stand wide with your legs so your base of support is solid, bending your knees very slightly. Now the aim is to bring your torso down so that it's parallel with the cable, keeping your elbows to the side of your body. Look, here's the best way I can explain it. This is the cable, this is your torso. You want to position it down until you're completely parallel. Once you're set up, drive the bar down again until you hit full extension, squeezing your triceps as hard as you can at the peak before flexing your arms again for at least 3 seconds during the eccentric, so on the way up. Do your best to avoid rounding your shoulders or upper back at any point. And as always, contract your abs during the exercise. In total, I completed 4 heavy sets. The tempo, as you can see, is controlled with a long pause and squeeze at the peak. The rep ranges were between 8 and 12 with a triple drop set which ended the entire workout. That wraps up the full chest focused push day workout tutorial. I hope this video was able to teach you a thing or two that you can take and implement into your own training. If you did learn something, then don't forget to comment below and I'll make more coaching videos like this one. Finally, if you need additional one-on-one coaching, you can find the links to my website down in the description below. While you're there, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up and slap the subscribe button for a yearly supply of gains.